Hello, Thomas Bufart here, and this is the first iteration on my gray box in my Project 4 level design assignment. I've done a lot of things to deal with contrast and just like visibility. But before I go into that, the first thing I did was I added a small room up here for both of the main bases, and that's a spawning area for people. So rather than spawning down there and getting immediately spawn killed by anyone currently assaulting the base, people spawn up here, and they have the advantage of the high ground in terms of archery, and also can, just jump down into the battle, but after they've gotten their bearings first. So instantly that gives more of a like yeah balance to the final battle at the end here. I've moved these banners over to the sides here because I still like them and find that they look cool and match the theming pretty well, but I discovered that they're not actually particularly useful up there. If you remember, they were like up on the sides of these walls here to indicate the direction you're looking, but they are actually not for the optimal thing for that because if you notice, these ones are here, but you don't see the red ones at the end there. That's because they have a significantly lower spawn or rendering range than blocks do. So they don't really work all that well to mark like locations, I guess. So I've replaced them with wool blocks up there, as you might see. The next really big obvious change is I've made it so that the kind of death floor down below is no longer the void. Instead, it is, lava. So that it just gives more of an instantaneous, this is a bad place to fall and it will kill you kind of message. It also works into a little bit more realism in terms of like people. I don't know. I just don't think floating platforms and things like that look aesthetically very pleasing. People like things that are grounded somehow, so all these little things are given more of a footing with having a lava platform. And yeah, it just gives more of a structure, a form to the place. Right here, I lined the entrance to the side tunnels with iron blocks, and that just gives more of a like indication. Well, I mean, from afar, it was just really hard to see that these were tunnels, I guess. So I wanted something that made them stand out more as like this is an entrance to something. Going up here, I added little more to the platform over there so that like when you jump down here, and just a little bit more of a sensible step down. You're not aiming for a single block. Oop. There you go. On the main central area here, I've switched out uh, the wooden walls here with brick walls just to give more of a contrast between the walls and the floor that you're standing on, which especially helps for viewing this area from far off. There's, by the way, no danger of this burning up because I used the very old wooden slabs. You can't get these normally anymore, but as you can see, they even don't have their texture anymore for the item. But the old version of the wooden slabs actually behaved like stone instead of wood, so they don't burn. And they were kept in the game when they originally got replaced, but there's just no more crafting recipe for them. But they still are convenient for the wood aesthetic without worrying about them catching fire, so I decided to use them originally just in case I decided to change the floor, and when I did, it was helped me. I thought ahead with that, I guess. Uh, and you'll see the red side is the same, kind of changes. I also changed the central block here just to get, because green isn't used anywhere else in this entire place, so it gives more of a signal that like it's a special block and draws the eye to it. And yep, another spawn area added over there. So yeah, so a lot of things to change the contrast and make things more obvious, I guess, to the player in the game. A few more color indicators to indicate like where you are in the world at any given time. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.